Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, I'm not here to do my act. I'm actually here to provide a public service announcement. And that is something that we all deal with, not just people who are stand-up comedians, but writers, people who comment online, people that go to the grocery store. We all have this problem, and that is hecklers, sometimes known as online trolls. And how long have online trolls existed? Well, you can sort of find them all the way back to Shakespeare, at least, although I've heard they go back as far as Greek theater. But in Shakespeare, they would have a section of the crowd that would heckle the actors on stage as the characters. That's how we got into our modern heckling ideas. Move forward, Mark Twain writes about hecklers, people throwing fruit. But the modern heckler was created as part of the audience of vaudeville shows. Why vaudeville shows? Well, they had a section that you've heard of. It's called the peanut gallery. And these were the cheap seats that people sat in, and they were rude to the performers. They would throw things, particularly peanuts, or shoes, something, at the performers. And that's how you get the modern heckler. So how should we deal with the modern heckler, the online troll? The best advice is to just ignore them. Understand that these people show up to troll, much like the peanut gallery. They are there to throw you off your game. That's how they get enjoyment. But if you can't ignore them, if they're too loud or they need to be called out, the best advice I have, and this comes from a comedian who's no longer with us, Gary Shandling, is to relate to the audience, not the heckler. If you engage with the heckler, they're going to continue to heckle. That's what they do. But if you engage with the audience about the heckler, you're much more likely to build rapport with the audience because they don't want the heckler to be there either. Even if you're bad, it's uncomfortable for them to have a drunk person yelling at you on stage. Some ideas here. You see this on Twitter a lot, where someone who's famous will be being heckled and they'll just post, hey guys, look at this, or something similar, or come up with a joke. But if your joke's not funny, that's just going to enrage the heckler. So maybe the next time you're on stage, you have a heckler, think about coming up with some sort of charity for hecklers. Maybe they need a new couch so they'll stay at home. Maybe they need to know where the nearest open mic is. These people will take anybody. It's an open mic. They'll even take this guy over here who's continuing to heckle. One of the things that hecklers like to do is hurt the credibility of the person on stage. They'll say, oh, I could have painted that, or I could have told that joke, or I know as much about sports as that guy. And of course, if they spend all of their time doing that instead of heckling, maybe that would be true, but they currently aren't. Do not engage the peanut section. That's what they want. They're trying to throw you off your game. Fine to engage with the audience, but you're building rapport through that.